Good morning, welcome to Dark Histories Yesterday Today. I'm Ben and it's Wednesday the 27th of March. Today we're going to be going back to the depths of 1765 and we're going to look at the Caledonian Mercury. First up, we've got a little bit of a public service announcement, I suppose. To discover poisons in mussels, put a shilling into the vessel with the mussels and let it continue therein while they are over the fire, and when they are removed, take out the shilling, and if it continues on a bright colour, there is no poison, but if it is tinged a black or dark hue, it is a demonstration that copperas is the cause thereof, and of the mussels being bred on a copperas bed, and therefore such mussels are poisoned and unfit for use. By this early experiment, the dismal effects of eating poisonous mussels may be prevented. N.B. The roes of these mussels are most poisonous. I mean, surely this is just a good reason to have been a vegetarian in 1765, right? If you had to put money in with your food to check to make sure it was okay to eat or not. Sod that. Now the next story is another longer one, and it's from France. Paris. According to the advices received from the Gévaudan, the measures hitherto taken to deliver the country from the wild beast which ravages it have not been attended with the expected success. The first general chase, which was, as we have said, on the 7th, was composed of 73 parishes of the Gévaudan and 30 of the Auvergne and the Rouergue, forming together a corps of about 20,000 men, conducted by the sub-delegates, the consuls and principal inhabitants. The beast was roused by the inhabitants of the parish of the Prunière. It forded the river of Trier, the reader remembers, on its hind feet, the opposite bank of which was unfortunately left naked, though according to the dispositions which had been made, it should have been guarded by the inhabitants of Malzieu. The vicar of Prunière and 10 of his parishioners threw themselves into the river, passed it partly by swimming, notwithstanding the rigour of the season, and kept the animal in chase for a long time, following him through the traces which he left in the snow. But at last he escaped their pursuit by throwing himself into a wood of very great extent. At 1 in the afternoon, the beast was met by 5 of the inhabitants of Malzieu. One of them fired on him. The beast fell on his 2 forelegs and set up a great cry, but raised himself again speedily, and they pursued him till night without being able to get near enough to fire upon him a second time. The next day the chase was again general and as numerous as the first, but was attended with no better success. On the 21st he attacked on the high road from Chailly to Ormont, a muleteer who defended himself for a long time and was happily succoured. On the 24th at 10 in the evening, a woman of the village of Crozet, being before her door, was seized behind by the beast, who tore her gown and shirt. He quitted his prey at the approach of some people who ran up to her assistance, and made his escape by favour of the darkness of the night. Lastly, on the 25th, he attacked in the midst of the village of Javaux 2 children that were drawing water at a well. A mastiff leapt upon the beast and pulled him down, but he disengaged himself and fled on the approach of the inhabitants, who pursued him for some time. They would have put the dog upon the pursuit, but he would not join in it. The king has presented young Portefeuille, who attacked the wild beast on the 11th, with 400 livres, and has given 300 to be divided amongst his companions. So, what the hell kind of beast was that in that story? I mean, I know they used to have wild wolves in France, but 20,000 men for one wolf. Surely that's multiple wolves. I mean, it probably was just a wolf. But with these old stories, the language used and the imagery, it's quite, it definitely leads your imagination to pretty wild speculation as to what this beast may have been. Anyway, that's about all we've got for today. We've got some excellent follow-up material from some of this week's episodes that listeners have emailed me about, and I'll be including that in the end of this coming Sunday's main episode. So yeah, I look forward to that, because there's some cracking information on some of the stories that I've dug up. Anyway, Thanks for listening. That was yesterday. This is today. Have a good one.